Energy update here at the top of the week for May 11th, 2026. I am coming to you from the Pacific Northwest, recording this right around 10 a.m. on Monday, Pacific Daylight Time. So the major highlight that I want to give to you for this week is, as of right now, this week is going to kind of be the stasis of that bubbling pot thing. I do not expect any major energy events this week, and I do not expect any major geopolitical, geophysical, like this week, for as much as we can depend upon it, the bubbling pot is going to be our stasis, and it is our time to continue to collect ourselves, do our caretaking, gather ourselves, kind of get us on our new ascension baseline. We are all standing on new ground now because we did that huge Stargate type event mid-April, that big cosmic blast, whatever that was, mid-April. We had that, we had more of the earth split happen. We had people ascending to whole other levels. And we had whole new cycles come on, and ever since that time, we have been recalibrating, recoding. It's been very intense. And so we have about like this week, maybe into next week a little bit, where the pot's just going to bubble. And that's about all we can get for feeling a little bit more energy stability. Now, previously, in previous videos, I had hoped that we would have had that a couple weeks ago, and that has not been the case. Ever since that April 15th huge event happened, we went through waves and waves of recalibration. We also had experiences like wormholes and multiple timeline entanglements, and we've just had really weird energy anomalies, because when we bumped up at that whole other level of ascension, our ability to tune in, our sensitivity levels, that all bumped up with it. And so all of a sudden we're like in a different energy room, in a different realm. And so ever since then, we have been acclimating to that, recalibrating to that, recoding to that. It has been a huge, huge ride. And we have just a little bit more time before we go into the next intensity cycles, and I'll be talking about that for a little while. So let's talk a little bit about your ascension symptoms, your recoding, weird energy anomalies that you've been experiencing. Because I kind of ride the waves and watch other creators and watch what other people are saying. And one of the main things I keep seeing people saying is oh my God, I've known what ascension symptoms were, but this is off the hook. This is a whole other level. I've seen people call it Mercury retrograde, out of control. I mean, kind of, sort of, maybe, but I've heard people talking about losing their appetite and their body being out of sync and then trying to get it back in sync again. Our sleep cycles have been all over the place. Our energy anomalies, like your spidey sense, what we're able to tune into and pick up and do, it's in a whole other realm. It's in a whole other level. And if you also notice the splitting of the earth, there is definitely a space of very low vibration, very dense 3D kind of stuff. You definitely can feel that. And then we're in these whole other rooms of experiences and ascension stuff, this whole other level that is going on, right? And so being aware of all of this is super, super important, so you know how to do self-support for yourself on a daily basis. And I always go back to the basics, make sure you're picking up good hydration with good nutrients in that hydration, good minerals in that hydration. Make sure you're getting enough green stuff in you, like leafy greens or spirulina or chlorella. That's going to give our body really, really good support. Make sure you're getting rest. I know sleep cycles are getting upset right now, have been upset for a little while, but whatever you can do for that rest. Make sure you're getting outside to ground, earth, get off your socks and your shoes and really walk around on the grass, the earth, and really feel that. Spend some time unplugged from the network. I know it's really easy to get totally engrossed in the network space, but I go through cycles of I will literally unplug my network. I will go to the wall, pull it out, and I will just be offline for a couple hours or half a day if I can, because that network, believe it or not, There's a lot of information in it and a lot of energy, and there is programming coming through from certain sources that we just don't need in our lives. So, like, occasionally give yourself a break from that. I know we can't do it all the time, and I know for some it's like hard to do that, but I really, really encourage you, like, shut off the phone, shut off the network, walk away from it, give yourself a break, at least a couple hours, several times a week, just so you can feel that baseline. And other pieces of the action are like good aromatherapy, salt baths, saging, like get out your witchy woo stuff. Make sure you're doing that with crystals and plants and incense and like whatever you need to help lift yourself up, clear things out, that kind of thing. So that all said on this self-care and kind of like this bubbling pot space. So let's get to some of the predictive energy stuff so you know what is on the horizon. So this week astrologically, let me just kind of go through my calendar and I will read off to you the highlights so you can notate those for the dates of this week. Really, we don't have any really big, strong energy pulse until the 13th of May. Sun comes into conjunction with Mercury. That lasts the 13th and the 14th. The moon comes into conjunction with Mars on the 14th as well. Then we're going to do a Chiron conjunct Mars. So that's that whole friction with wound. That's going to be interesting. Yeah, that Chiron conjunct Mars goes from the 15th into the 16th, and we've got a Sun conjunct the Moon. We've got a Chiron trine Venus. The big heavy hitter astrologically is Sunday the 17th. We've got a Mercury conjunct Uranus. That's going to be interesting as Chiron trines Venus, Venus trines Mars, and Chiron conjuncting Mars. We're just coming off of that. Then also on the 17th, as Mercury is conjuncting Uranus, Mercury is changing signs from Taurus into Gemini, and roughly right around that same time, Mars is crossing over from Aries into Taurus. So that we're doing some planetary sign shift changes there as well. So those are all the main astrological movements that I can see. And if you're more curious about that, I strongly suggest you check in with your favorite astrologist, because if I'm not officially an astrologist, I just love following the astrology because it helps me with my own spidey sense and my own sensitivity levels. So I know what's going on for the week, and I know how to pace myself. Now, the other news item as far as energy is like, what the hell is going on with Schumann's? Like, sometimes I cannot make sense of that thing. So as of today, I am pulling up the most recent Schumann's screenshot. And again, the anomalies in this thing are crazy. Now, we do get those light bumps, but if you notice, there is more and more like of that fuzzy action coming through. And to me, we started noticing that, the cross hatching and some of those horizontal lines, we started noticing that as we came into that Stargate type event, the 15th of April. And once we crossed through that background noise or that background energy, it has not gone away. Now, I have seen some creators say, oh, that's like the cabal doing their thing. And I'm like, yes, to a certain degree. Yes, I do think we get interference to a certain degree, and definitely through the 5G network, But I have a feeling it has more to do with light being integrated into the more dense areas of our bodies and Earth. And to me, that makes a lot of sense, because if we're in an ascension cycle of vibrational frequencies rising and rising, that would mean that the more dense areas of our bodies and material is able to integrate or have integrated within it more light. So of course that would show up on Schumann's as well. And so when I look at Schumann's and see what I'm seeing here, which is just day after day after day of anomaly of what we're not used to seeing, I look at that and go like, oh my God, we are getting more light frequency integrated through the density of matter on planet Earth, that's super cool. That's super, super cool, right? Now, the other thing that I want to let you know about this snapshot image of Schumann's that I've got up here, one of the things that happens for me as a highly sensitive empath and intuit, clairsentience person, I get energy zaps off of things. Like when I go look at a headline, I will read a headline and then I will get energy off of it. The same thing happens with Schumann's. And this morning, when I went and looked at Schumann's, I looked at that and it zapped me, and it basically said, May 24th, May 24th. So let me tell you about May 24th. Like, I pendulum check through the calendar. I'm one of those persons, I print out the analog calendar and then I go through it with my pendulum to find out like what's going on energetically, what's going on geopolitically, like what do I need to be aware of for the month. And ever since we've had that like Stargate type experience, I've kind of had my spidey sense out for like these larger anomalies going on, and the next big blast, the next big energy event that I've been able to pick up on is May 24th and May 25th. Now, that May 17th window that I showed you astrologically, that's gonna give us a really big energy bump that day. Like we're gonna feel that. So consider it like this. This week it's kind of like bubbling pot. We have a few spikes with conjuncts. 17th is a pretty big energy day. Then it feels like we come back down and we're in the bubbling pot, and it's gonna feel like waiting for the shoes to drop. That's the feeling I get. Is the closer we get to the 24th, the more we're all gonna start getting a little bit more idgity. Oh, something's in the air. It's gonna feel like another big event, another, like shoes dropping kind of thing. And then we hit, I don't know what it is, but we hit another major energy kaboom on May 24th, May 25th that feels very similar to what happened on the 15th of April. Is it as big? I don't think so, but we're not going to know until we live through it. And I don't want this to be a fear-based thing. I just want you to know, I think we're going to get another ascension bump. I think we're going to get, whatever this is, whether it's like a Stargate type experience for Earth and humanity on Earth, or it's like a collective of timeline jumps that all come together, or is it a cosmic window that Earth is going through, and I kind of get vibrations off of that. Whatever it is a large energy bump, and it's going to tune us, like we're going to go through it, and it's going to tune us into a whole other level. And I do expect, because of that, because that's going to be a high vibrational light frequency event of a lot of us going zip, like, oh my God, we're doing it again, right? At the same time or shortly thereafter, I also expect the cabal to do more of the things that they do to come unglued. Because like if you noticed, once we went through that April 15th event, there was this huge thing of the waves of more missing scientists and the UFO stuff and the UAP stuff and the disclosure stuff. There was like this huge thing with that. And then there were also all of these decoy ducks going on. And like there was like a cluster of activity that felt like was very in response to that energy. And I swear to God, every time we as a collective make a shift, the cabal reacts and responds to it with really dark stuff. And so I fully anticipate that we're going to have this amazing event happen, and it's going to get lost because of headlines, because of other things going on. And so I want to give you that heads up. Now that I've lived through one of these, I kind of like have some spidey sense to pick up on where other anomalies like these might be in the calendar. And my pendulum check, my pendulum picking up the 24th and the 25th and then getting zapped with Schuman saying the 24th, I feel pretty confident about that event. And then, folks, we are on the ride. We are on the ride. We're on the energy ride, the event ride. And from what I can tell from other astrologers, and I really suggest you be tuning into your favorite astrologers, June astrology is unhooked. It is going to unhook, crack apart things. And I've been picking that up with my spidey sense and my pendulum check as well. Like I look at my overall 2026 calendar, and April was pivotal turning point month. And it was. We had the 2 Earth split, we had an ascension jump, and things are not the same anymore. Well, June is where a lot more unhooks and cracks apart. And if we've got a major cosmic energy event on May 24th, May 25th, and then we head into the astrology that astrologers have kind of sort of been warning us about June into July, and we have the cabal reacting, responding to everything. They're trying to keep things under wraps, and like basically the genie's come out of the bottle. We're not getting stuff back in the bottle. Genie's coming out of the bottle, and we have not figured out yet how powerful we are. We kind of sort of have an idea. We're kind of sort of getting there. We're putting two and two together. Well, that all comes to point break, definitely June into July. And so this is why I'm saying to you right now, it's a bubbling pot. The bubbling pot is about as stable as we're going to get. We've all gone through a ton of recoding and recalibrations and figuring out like, how am I in this new ascension space? We've all had time for that. We're going to still have a little bit more time. Like this week, we get that bump on the 17th, a little bit at the top of next week, and then you're going to feel it heat up. Then you're going to feel it ramp up. So I am telling you folks, take advantage of it. Take advantage of it. Take care of what you need to take care of. Take care of yourself. Kind of get as much as a baseline as you can, because by the end of May, as of that 24th window, as of the end of May, we're going to go on a whole other ride. And I can hear my spirit team going, it's about 6 weeks. It's about 6-week ride. So see why gathering yourself in the bubbling pot right now is pretty important. Do not underestimate your calibration time right now. So that is the energy update for now. And there is one more thing I want to let you know. And it has been a hot minute since I have done my $29 special on text email reads. I did some of that at the top of the year, and I can just kind of feel it. It's in the air again. So if you need a quick answer through email about maybe a question you've got going on in your life, I am running a special for $29. I know it's crazy, but I feel like it's time to do that again. You get to ask one question for $29, and I give you a paragraph in response. I just dive in with your team and I just go for it. If you're interested in that, go to my Linktree. It's in my Linktree, and I'm also putting it on my website, somaticmoney.com. And if you click on the coaching tab and scroll down, it will be there as well. So you can either pick up the $29 read, and if you're feeling like that's not enough and you want a little bit longer, I'm also doing an $89 email text read. And for the $89 one, you can ask me a couple of questions, or you can give me a short synopsis on a scenario and then ask me your couple of questions from there. So I'm doing that special just this week. I might run it for 10 days. Want to get everybody in that wants to do it. So I just want to let you know that is available. That is all right. So that is what I've got for you for now. Thank you for being here. Make sure you keep walking forward to meet those miracles along the way. And I will see you in my next video.